The woman had just sat down in the ACT exam hall. She immediately laid down on the desk and started to sleep. The invigilator beside her asked if she was feeling unwell. Unexpectedly, the woman said she was just too tired. The invigilator became extremely angry when he heard that, because the woman had always been ranked first in her high school studies. She should have been able to get into top universities with normal exams. She urged the woman to take the exam seriously. The woman had no choice but to pretend to look at the math paper. But as the woman glanced casually, she felt that this year's questions were too easy. Only the last question was challenging. She spent 10 minutes with great interest to answer the last question, but then she immediately erased all her answers, only because she already knew her score would be stolen by someone else. It turned out that the woman had been reborn. In her past life, she had taken the exam normally, but unexpectedly, the exam system showed that she had only scored 8 points. And she had a sister. Her sister's academic performance was very poor, yet her sister scored 36 points. The woman was heartbroken, but perhaps because God pitied her, he allowed her to return to the day before the exam. This time, she would definitely uncover the truth. As soon as the woman returned home, she heard strange sounds coming from her sister's bedroom, so she quietly went to the door of her sister's bedroom. That's when she finally learned the truth of her past life. It turned out that demons really existed in the world. The demon had found her sister and made an evil deal with her. The demon seductively asked what her sister wanted. Her sister excitedly told the demon she wanted to swap her exam scores with the woman's. The demon replied that this would require her sister's 10 years of life as the price. Her sister hesitated for a moment, but she wanted to defeat the woman so badly. In the end, she made the deal with the demon. Little did she know, all of this had already been seen by the woman outside the door. The woman smiled smugly. She came up with a perfect revenge plan. That night, the woman played games in her room. Her sister pretended to be kind and brought milk to the woman. When she saw the woman was not studying, she immediately got angry. She told the woman to go study right away. The woman sneered disdainfully. She mocked her sister for not having the right to control her. After all, her sister was always the last in class in every exam. Her sister was extremely unwilling to accept this. So, she actually went to their parents to complain. She accused the woman of not studying and also of insulting her sister. Their father immediately grabbed the woman's tablet and began to scold the woman loudly. He knew that the woman was good at studying and didn't need to review, but since she had time to play games, why didn't she use it to tutor her sister's homework? The woman remained very calm. She had also tutored her sister's homework before, but her sister was as foolish as a pig. She simply couldn't learn. Their mother was displeased upon hearing this. She scolded the woman for insulting her sister like this. It must be because the woman didn't tutor her with care. The woman felt a little wronged. Her parents were just too biased. They always blamed the woman for everything. At that moment, her sister suddenly stood up. She pretended to act dutifully. She advised their parents not to be angry. The woman couldn't help but feel disgusted when she saw this. She almost felt like throwing up from the disgust. At this moment, the sister didn't know that the woman's revenge plan had already begun. On the day of the exam, the woman handed in a blank exam paper. As she just walked out of the exam hall, she was called by her sister from behind. Her sister, with a concerned face, asked, "How did the woman do in the exam?" The woman smiled confidently. She said that the questions this year were too easy. She would definitely score over 30. Her sister immediately sighed in relief. On the surface, she seemed happy for the woman, but secretly, she thought the woman was too foolish. But little did she know, she had already fallen into the woman's trap. On the day of the score check, all the students and teachers arrived at school. The sister was certain that the woman would make a fool of herself in front of everyone. So, she called their parents to witness it. The woman calmly walked up to the podium. The next second, her score appeared on the big screen. It was just as in her past life. Her exam score was only 8 points. Her sister pretended to look surprised. She questioned the woman, saying, "Aren't you good at studying? How could you only score 8 points? Did you cheat in the previous exams?" The school's teachers were also very angry. The woman's score couldn't get her into any university. She had completely wasted their hard work in teaching her. But the woman remained calm because she had secretly applied for special exams from other universities and had already been successfully admitted. It was just not convenient to tell everyone yet. At that moment, her sister stood up. She proudly said she had done well this time. Her score would definitely exceed 30. Their parents quickly stopped her. They knew her sister was a poor student. They didn't believe she could score that well. They urged her not to go on stage and embarrass herself, but her sister was extremely arrogant. She ignored their objections and went on stage to check her score. But when the score appeared on the big screen, everyone was stunned. Her sister thought she had scored so well. She proudly flaunted her score like a peacock, but as soon as she looked back, she realized that the big screen displayed only zeros. The audience thought her sister had gone mad. She was bragging about 0 points as if they were 30. The woman couldn't help but laugh at her sister. She suggested that her sister should go to the hospital for a checkup. Her sister then realized something was wrong. She turned around to look at the score, and instantly, she was filled with despair. The woman couldn't help but secretly laugh, but she still pretended to be concerned. She gently touched her sister's face. She asked what had happened to her sister's face. Her sister was extremely confused. She panicked, took out a mirror, and looked. She screamed immediately. It turned out that the demon had come to claim its price.